A very common question I get is, how much is my case worth? Well, to give you a typical lawyer answer, it depends. It depends on the liability of the at-fault person, and it depends on your damages. There are in-depth videos on liability and damages here on my website that you can see as well. But liability and damages play together to determine the value of your case. Let's assume that you're in a car wreck and you wind up paralyzed from the neck down. You're 30 years old. You were making $50,000 a year. You're going to need around-the-clock attention, and you're expected to live another 30 years. Well, just doing the math in my head, that is a $5 million plus number for damages. But your case isn't worth $5 million. There's no liability. Let's assume that it's a green light case. That is, you're sure you had a green light, and the defendant just swears up and down that he had a green light as well, and there's no other witnesses. Well, the jury's going to find for one of you, and it may not be you. And so the fact that liability is not clear will substantially affect the value of your case. The opposite's also true. You have minor damages. Your neck hurts for 6 weeks. You have to see a doctor. You get an MRI to make sure there's no fractures or no herniated disc, and you don't have any, but you need 6 weeks of physical therapy. And let's say your medical expenses are $10,000. Well, that doesn't sound like a very big case, but if the defendant was drunk and doing 90 miles an hour and ran 3 people off the road who know he was driving like a nut, like a maniac, and caused this wreck, those $10,000 in damages, medical expenses alone, a jury might award $2 million. It'll be up to the jury to determine what the damages are based on the liability of the defendant. So the two things play together. It is very difficult for a lawyer sitting down with you when your collision has just happened to be able to tell you what your case is worth. For one, he doesn't know what your medical condition is and what the treatment's going to be. He doesn't know how you're going to deal with the injury. Some people may just float right through a serious injury and not have much pain and suffering. And another person may have the very same injury and it just about killed them in terms of dealing and coping with the injury. So up front, it's really hard for a lawyer to put a number on a case. Now, it's pretty easy for a lawyer to assess liability based on how the wreck happened. And a lawyer can tell you it's clear liability, there's no question they're at fault. He can tell you, I don't think I can take your case because I think maybe you're at fault. Or a lawyer may say liability is unclear and that's going to affect your damages. So any lawyer who tells you, come see me, I'll get you $1 million and the wreck's just happened, just be careful because it's very hard to do that and be honest with a person. Feel free to look at the rest of my website, www.bryanramey.com, for other helpful information that I trust will be helpful to you. You can call us for a free consultation. Greenville 295-Aught, that's 0000. Spartanburg 597-Aught, Anderson 226-60. Doesn't cost you anything to call us. Doesn't cost you anything to come see us for the first visit. And then you can decide whether or not you want to hire us to help you with your case. This is Bryan Ramey. Thanks for watching.
Bryan Ramey takes care of your case so you can take care of